we're back for another week of Rhymes and Reasons. This week with a conversation about kind of our namesake for this segment, why this came about. Nursery rhymes, these pervasive, tenacious songs and rhymes that are passed down for centuries from generation to generation, are really an inspirational subject to talk about for the reasons why that lasting power exists. There's a lot of articles and podcasts and books that talk about where the reasons why these rhymes have existed, where they came from, what they might mean, the secrets encoded in them. And we'll give some links to some of our favorites over here. There's just some great ideas. It's things like, is Ring Around the Rosie actually about the plague? Is Humpty Dumpty actually an egg? Or does that metaphor mean something else? Did it represent something else historically or culturally? And it's really fun to talk about the reasons why these rhymes exist. But more importantly, is the reason to talk about why these are practical to be passed along from generation to generation. And there's a few reasons why that's true. Nursery rhymes are full of rare words, these words that have either fallen by the wayside as our language has grown and changed and developed, or it's full of, rare meters and rhyme schemes and tempos and rhythms. A lot of the songs and rhymes that are popular today all sound very similar. They're all written, in 4/4 time, where they have the same rhythm to them. And these old nursery rhymes have a whole gamut of sounds and meters to them. So it's great to be exposed to the newness and difference of that. The nursery rhymes that we think about in Canada are frequently colonial nursery rhymes. They come from England or Scotland and they're passed down and brought overseas. But there are nursery rhymes all over the world, and every culture has these songs and chants that they share with their children and that just become part of the nursery that our kids are grown up in. And these become a kind of cultural currency, or they form what we call folkways, pathways that kids can traverse or share this knowledge. It's why you go to a playground and kids that have never met each other before might use a song or a rhyme like Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo to take turns, because everybody's kind of got it in their cultural pocket. They're able to share that currency with each other and use it as a bonding tool. So these oral traditions also form the building blocks of early learning. There's a lot of songs and rhymes and nursery rhymes that are built into school curriculums. They often form the basis of some of our first jokes or our first adaptations. If we're familiar with a song or a rhyme, and we know how it's going to go because there's a predictable rhyme scheme or we've heard it so many times, to play around with that language and make a joke out of it is some of the first humor that our children are exhibiting. And it's also great for being able, again, to adapt into their own songs and rhymes. We can make up our own verses to The Wheels on the Bus or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because we are so familiar with how that song or rhyme works that we're comfortable using creative language to experiment. So, nursery rhymes just have this huge power to act as a social intercultural connector. One of our favorites that we have in store is Over the Hills and Far Away. It's a treasury of nursery rhymes collected from all over the world. It's illustrated by famous and emerging artists from, again, all over the world. It's just beautiful, and it's got some great nursery rhymes in it, some classics, some new favorites, songs, rhymes, stories, finger plays, games, activities. It's just awesome. We're going to share one, and I will hold it up here, but we might also hold a picture up into it over here somewhere. So this one is a Chinese-American nursery rhyme. It is called Thistle Seed, and it goes like this. We go, thistle seed, fly away, fly. The hair on your body will take you up high. Let the wind whirl you around and around. You'll not hurt yourself when you fall to the ground. So sharing these songs and rhymes and stories, regardless of whether or not you have a book. songs and rhymes that you had passed down from your family and that you heard when you were a child is such a powerful way to connect multi-generationally, multiculturally, and in groups when you come together socially. So we really recommend finding some nursery rhymes and sharing them with your child today. All right, everybody, that's it for today. I will see you next week. Have a great day.